What's up everybody, Blackacre here, coming at you with another lesson. It's been a very long time since I did a lesson on the channel. Here I am. Thank you guys for the support. I appreciate it. This is how to solo like Jim Root. Obviously I've been studying his style now for, almost 5 years. Yeah, I just want to go over some things I've picked up over that time. Some stuff you can, incorporate into your playing. I'd obviously considered this more of an intermediate to advanced lesson. I definitely would highly recommend, going over the basics. Like if you don't know your scales or how to play pentatonic and you're trying to get into this, I would not recommend that. And I don't mean that from an old guy shaking my cane type of thing. I used to teach guitar, for those who don't know, from when I was, I think, 18 to 20. I taught professionally at a shop, and I just care a lot about, doing stuff the right way. You gotta crawl before you walk and all that stuff. So let's get into it. I don't want to waste any time. I'm gonna give you guys 3 licks, and I'm gonna explain a little bit of the theory behind it. Now, I, being Joe Schmo, normal guy, I highly recommend, learning theory. Now, if you're Jim Root, if you're a rock star and an amazing guitar player and you just were born to play guitar, then maybe you don't need it. Guys like Van Halen and him, and I think Hendrix, some of these guys don't know any theory. There's actually a clip that I have pulled up where Jim says, I don't know if I'm in Gideon or Mixolydian or something.
And I don't know if I'm in Gideon or Mixolydian or whatever mode it is,
So basically the mode he is in, what he's referencing to, he's in B Phrygian. So that would be... So I mean, it's at the 5th fret. So if we're in standard tuning, it would be D. But since we're in drop B, it's B Phrygian. And Phrygian is a mode that's very, very often used in metal. My students, and actually I was taught this when I was a student. My teacher told me to listen to Wherever I May Roam by Metallica to kind of get that Phrygian sound in my head. I mean, I was already a huge Metallica fan, so obviously I knew that song. But if you're not familiar with it, definitely listen to that. It's that real evil sounding half step. So what Phrygian is, it's the minor scale, which is also referred to as Aeolian in the church modes. That's just our normal minor scale, but we're going to flat the second note. So instead of this note right here, on the 7th fret, right, we're going to go to the 6th fret, and everything else is the same. Okay, and he plays this in solos like Psychosocial and Dead Memories. And I'm sure a ton of other ones, but those are the 2 that come to my head. Because that's the ones he goes over in that video that I just played the clip from. So let's get into it. First off, I'm going to play through the Phrygian mode in the way that I play it. I like 3 note per string sequences, as does Jim. Okay, and then obviously we're going to switch up a lot because he likes to use these shapes, but just for the sake of a starting point, that's going to be 5, 6, 8 on the 5th string, 5, 7, 8 on the 4th string, 5, 7, 8 on the 3rd string, 6, 8, 10 on the 2nd, and 6, 8, 10 on the 1st. Now, we're gonna, like I said, use different shapes, but those are all the notes in the scale. Everything else just comes from knowing your notes throughout the neck. So, the first lick we're gonna work on is this. Now, all of these I want you to be able to incorporate into your playing. This first lick I took from, different solos of his inspiration-wise, but this isn't, I didn't take specific solos note for note from him. These are all just kind of inspired by him. Hopefully I'm doing an okay job at kind of recreating his style, so you can incorporate it into your style without blatantly ripping off Jim Root with every lick you have. Obviously you want to incorporate this within all of your other influences and all that stuff. So, this is the first lick, full speed. Alright, so we're going to start off bridge pickup. So this is on the 10th and 11th frets of the 2nd string. And then you can either bend that or slide up. We're sounding the 13th note on the second string. And then you're going to slide down and flip up to the neck pickup, and then there's going to come the legato run, which sounds like this slow. Okay, and obviously a lot of Jim's playing is improvisational, so you don't have to take this note for note, just the shapes is more what he goes off of. But for the sake of the lesson, let's go through it. So it's going to be 10, 11, 13, 10, 11, 13 on the second and then first strings. Then you're going to slide up to this position. We're not going to play the whole thing, but we're going to go 15, 13, 11 on the first string. So slide up with your pinky, then back down. Going to go back down to the second fret and do the same thing, or sorry, second string, and slide up. These are the same exact shapes, which makes it very easy to do these legato runs. Okay? And then to end it, you're going to go 12, 10, 8, and then 7 on the third string. Alright, so the whole thing's slow. Something like that. Again, it's improvisational, so you know it might not be note for note, but this is just an approximation of his style. So that's lick 1. Let's check out lick 2. This is more that one's primarily descending. This one's primarily ascending. Sounds something like this. Okay. Now this is one, and with all of these, he's very, very talented at his legato, he's very talented at his picking, but he can mix both, and I think that sounds really cool. You might want to try these licks either way. You might want to do all legato or all picking. The picking definitely has more of an aggressive sound. Legato has a more fluid sound. But, mix and match to your heart's desire. So, basically, again, it's just going to be going off of shapes. So we're going to go 5, 6, 8 on the 5th string. And that's going to be the pattern. And then that would be 5, 7, 8, 7, 5 on the 4th string. And you're just going to slide up. Okay, so we're going to do the first one, and then you're going to slide up to 7, 8, 10, 7, 8, 10, 8, 7 on the 3rd string. That's going to be, the first 2 phrases are on the 5th and 4th, and then the 4th and 3rd strings. And to finish off, we're going to go 3rd. That's going to be 8, 10, 12, and then we go the shape we did before, 10, 11, 13, 10, 11, 13, 11, 10, and that's it. Okay, again, a mixture of the two would sound something like this, of picking and legato. Something like that, Alright, so those are the first 2. Bonus lick, I want to do a 3rd one real quick. It's going to be... Okay, and this is based off of, I believe, London Astoria performance of Pulse of the Maggots, I want to say. And I transposed it to be in B Phrygian. I believe it was in E Phrygian. But anyway, that's going to be 10, 8, 7 on the 3rd and 4th strings. What is that? 8, 7, 5 on the 3rd and 4th strings as well. And then 10, 8, 7 on the 4th. 10, 8, 6 on the 5th string, and then finally ending on that 5th fret of the 5th string to bring it back to our B Phrygian home bass. All legato, all picking.